Good evening. Welcome to Have I Got News For You? I'm Gary Lineker. In the news this week, at the World Curling Championships in Canada, one member of the Scottish team regrets forgetting to pack his stone. There's irritation for one customer as not only is their pizza half an hour late, but all the olives have rolled off. And in Devon, there's a good turnout for the opening day of the Dartmoor Lido. On Ian's team tonight is a stand-up comedian whose recent show included a rant about how much he hates Twitter and footballers. So that's 2 points to Paul Merton's team. Welcome, Jon Richardson. And with Paul tonight, we were due to have the former Education Secretary Nicky Morgan. But because of a falling out with Downing Street over Theresa May's £1,000 leather trousers, she's decided not to come. So in her place, please welcome Nicky Morgan's £1,000 leather handbag.
So that bag is worth £1,000, is it?
Not at the moment. It's doing very little for its money. I'm hoping that it will justify its appearance fee by the end of the programme.
And we start with the bigger stories of the week. Jon, take a look at this.
Well, that's brown trouser time, particularly for her. That's Nicky Morgan. That's the lady in red.
Oh, dear.
This is a row between three women about a pair of leather trousers.
Boris Johnson's a woman. Why didn't we start with that story? I missed that.
This is the major issue of the day, and I think it's appropriate with a panel with four men and a handbag that we go straight in on the clothes.
Bit sexist, isn't it, handbag?
It's been optimistically given a mic, do you see, just here. And let's face it, so far it's doing better than some of the people I've been sitting next to recently.
It did start with an interview in the Sunday Times. She was relaxing at home, as you do, in a pair of brown leather trousers. I do, always.
So what did Nicky Morgan say about the trousers?
They were unsuitable, inappropriate, a bit lavish. Frankly hideous, Tommy.
They look like she's put on chocolate underwear and then sat by the fire. I don't mind her spending £1,000 on a pair of trousers if she wants to waste her money, but surely there's a better pair of £1,000 trousers than that.
It'll be a better colour, isn't it, at least?
And it's Amanda Wakely.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's
who
that?
I get my trousers from.
Do you? They're very tight, aren't they? I mean, why wouldn't you flaunt it if you've got it? But
people say that nothing would have been said if, say, Cameron had been wearing leather trousers.
Oh, I think they would.
On the stage. And I feel I might have had something to say. Where did the bag come in?
Nicky Morgan said, I've never spent £1,000 on anything. And then someone said, what about that handbag?
Yes, what she actually said was, I've never spent that much on anything apart from my wedding dress. My barometer is always, how am I going to explain this in Loughborough Market?
Which must be a troubling mantra.
I think that was the point, wasn't it? That these are, in a time of austerity, it's, I don't know, it's inconsiderate of the Prime Minister to wear very expensive brown leather trousers. That was the point.
And shoes as well, wasn't it? And a top. She had all clothes on. She's the Prime Minister and her husband's an investment banker. Like, if she was wearing, like, two-striped tracksuit bottoms off the market, it would look like she was taking the piss, wouldn't it?
What she should have done was, like, pose with the leather trousers on a sofa where clearly the leather trousers had been cut out from the sofa. Recycling, just about managing.
Exactly. Anyway, Nicky Morgan made the mistake of commenting on the Prime Minister's trousers. And so the Prime Minister's assistant, Fiona Hill, got very cross and banned her from a meeting. And then it got even more unpleasant.
How so? This is correct.
I'm the only one who's followed this, but I am. She sent a letter to an MP called Alistair Burt, who's a friend of Nicky Morgan, saying, don't bring that woman to this meeting. And then Nicky Morgan said, well, actually, as a woman, I'm not brought to meetings by men. And then Fiona Hill sent her a message saying, well, he did bring you, so there. That's a text from the Prime Minister's assistant. So there.
They're calling it Trousergate, aren't they? Which is just one gate too many, isn't it? Sounds like a disgusting term for your anus, I think. Give me 5 minutes, I'm in a bit of trouble with my Trousergate.
Anyway, it was meant to be hypocritical, but that... Oh, blimey.
Oh, hello.
Hang on. Hello? No, she's not here at the moment. No, we're recording it now. Yeah. And Gary Lineker. Yeah, I know, yeah. No, you're thinking of Emperor Hirohito. That's not him. No, that's Elvis Presley. Gary Lineker. Yeah, right. Yeah, you can smell it on his breath, yeah. Wrong number.
Nicky Morgan belongs to a new exclusive group of MPs. Anyone know what that is?
What, who've been excluded from meetings?
It's a group of 40 rebel Tories who are fighting for a soft Brexit inside the single market. They're being called the New Bastards. As opposed, of course, to John Major's original Bastards. Is anyone else finding it confusing that a group of MPs called Bastards doesn't include Ian Duncan Smith? However, one aide told the Sunday Times they're more bunglers than bastards. And with that in mind, shall we play a game of bungler or bastard?
Yes!
Sorry, we've not got time. Why might it not be...
I'm given a handbag as a guest. I'm promised bungalow or bugler or whatever it is. I'm ready with my answers. I come up with a theme tune and we're told we're not doing it.
It's really poor. It's poor. Why might it not be the new bastards that Theresa needs to worry about?
The old bastards haven't retired.
There's even more people on the right who are after her than there are on the left. And there's some in the middle. In fact, everyone's after her.
Apparently, Britain's ambassador to the EU, Sir Ivan Rogers, has privately told the government a new trade deal might take 10 years to finalise and might then still fail anyway if the other 27 member states don't individually approve it. Theresa May has been in Brussels meeting other EU leaders. Did she receive a warm welcome?
No.
No, she wouldn't, would she?
No.
Not really.
They're having their Christmas party, and she wasn't invited.
No.
Well, there was an awkward bit where there's footage of them all shaking hands and then they don't... She's just sort of on her own and I just...
She has to go and have a pizza.
She had to...
Go and have a pizza, and they all have this enormous dinner together. And she's on her own.
Ah, the pizza delivery boy fell off his bike as well. The bad news about that is when one of them falls off, all the rest fall over as well.
That's a really pathetic round of applause. You don't get many domino jokes that good.
No. My mistake was in waiting 20 minutes to make it. But if I'd have waited more than half an hour, I'd have given you that joke for free.
I can't see me topping that. She was invited to attend a dinner with EU leaders, and we can see here how warmly she's been received by them. This is the great Remain-Leave debate. Should Theresa May remain wearing those trousers or leave them in the wardrobe? In the same way that Boris Johnson's name is abbreviated to Bojo, Nicky Morgan is known in Westminster as Nemo. Well, we certainly couldn't find her when she was meant to be on the show this week. Meanwhile, Britain's ambassador to the EU, Sir Ivan Rogers, has announced that a Brexit deal could take 10 years. That's not fair. Most of the people who voted for it will be dead by then.
young people applauding.
Responding to claims that Brexit could take 10 years, Theresa May said, "We don't recognise this timetable," a problem she shares with Southern Rail commuters. Paul and handbag, take a look at this.
OK. Right, yeah, so this is the Evening News, printed about 1977. Oh, trains are getting smaller and train drivers are getting bigger. That's Chris Grayling, Transport Secretary. Everybody's dressed the same so he doesn't look an idiot. That looks like somebody tearing their hair out. Hairdressers on strike, and dogs are going to become postmen. This is about strikes.
Yes, this is a new wave of strikes by post and rail workers running up to Christmas. So are we going back to the 70s?
I don't suppose
No,
we
if
are.
you look at the 70s timetables, they're better than Southern Rail's. Southern Rail have been utterly useless for as long as anyone can remember. And you know the deal? I'm slightly more exercised about this than the trousers. The deal is that when these strikes take place, the passengers who don't get on the trains are compensated by the taxpayer, and the taxpayer is compensating and paying for the operating company. The only people making money are the operating company, and they're saying, we don't care if their passengers on board, it's cheaper, we make more money. That's a deal that this government struck. It's not funny, it's just really annoying.
Do you get this train, then? Is that why you're so angry?
I'm angry with all trains. I commuted for about 15 years, and they were all useless.
It's a long journey.
Not on Southern, that's quick. But it's essentially, I mean, it's a put-up job to have a fight in order to get rid of conductors. Yeah. And then they'll get rid of drivers. And they've already got rid of trains, so they're way ahead.
What I don't understand is all the people you see on the train platform who are sort of... They film them and they say, oh, I mean, I can't get to work now. But everyone I've ever met hates going to work. There's nothing better than a day off where you just go, there's no trains, is there? If you just filmed them an hour later, they'd be at home watching Holmes Under the Hammer in their pants. Oh, bloody strikes, I can't even get to work.
So, no, I don't know. I think there are very few governments that have managed to make their prime economic region totally grind to a standstill. I mean, there are 300,000 people who can't get to work, they can't get to interviews, they can't get to school, and the Grayling man is saying, well, it's not my problem, I'd love to help. But he's the Transport Minister. I mean, who else do you think is going to do it? The Fat Controller?
ASLEF's Executive Committee earned nearly £250,000 last year. But what figure puts that amount into perspective?
£99 million profit last year, Southern.
It was actually the coin-operated toilets at Victoria train station that makes £1.4 million a year. 50p a go. They cost. Is that worth 50p or piss yourself?
Depends what sort of brown leather trousers you're wearing.
The Southern Railway strike has made life extremely difficult for the ordinary working man and woman, so you can expect the Tory Transport Minister, Chris Grayling, not to give a damn about them. But what's the leader of the Labour Party been doing about it?
I haven't noticed.
He's been meeting up with the union leaders.
He has, and he's been to the train drivers' union Christmas party.
God, he's a member of Wizard. And people are upset because these unions pay a lot of money into the Labour Party. So they're saying his position is already compromised. Yeah.
According to the Times, Rail Union ASLEF donated £118,000 to Labour last year. They'd be better off installing some coin-operated toilets, though, wouldn't they, really? Going back to Jeremy Corbyn, what sort of week would you say he's had?
He had a very good PMQs. Yeah. He embarrassed Theresa May. He made a good point about the trains. It's funny how you sometimes agree with people very strongly.
What did he say about the trains?
He said that essentially they should be nationalised, since we're all paying through the nose for them anyway and they're utterly useless. Why don't we just take it on board?
Do you agree?
Yeah, no, I'm totally for it. But again, you know, it's one of those things when you find yourself agreeing with Jeremy Corbyn, you think this country is in a mess.
Well, it's actually been a pretty good week for him. Labour were expected to be annihilated in the Sleaford by-election, but they were only slightly annihilated. According to Labour MP Vernon Croker, we're proud of what we did. We kept our deposit, which some people said we were going to lose, and some people said we were going to come fifth. We didn't come fifth. No, they came fourth. They are the arsenal of politics. The current Labour leadership are often accused of being a bit paranoid, but what was troubling Gordon Brown's inner sanctum in 2005?
Blair?
No.
Press coverage?
They feared they were being spied on by Cilla Black during the 2005 election.
You'd have thought if anyone was going to be an awful spy, it was someone who's most known for presenting Surprise, Surprise. Would have been able to just hold herself from bursting out of the wardrobe. Oh, God, I want to say it.
Theo Bertram, an advisor to Gordon Brown, told the Sunday Times Cilla was a known associate of a major Tory donor and was occupying a flat opposite our campaign headquarters in Victoria Street with sophisticated acoustic surveillance and a high-mag telescope. It would have been possible to eavesdrop and lip-read Labour secrets. The news is really quite depressing at the moment. Who wants to see someone that really actually does enjoy the news?
Yeah.
Here you go. This is the industrial dispute which has led to massive disruption of services on Southern Rail. According to the Daily Mail, Labour has pledged to stand shoulder to shoulder with striking rail workers. So at least they'll know how commuters normally feel. The toilets at Victoria Station cost 50p to use, unless you book online 2 months ahead, when you can get in for 35p. But they still won't guarantee you a seat. And so to round two, the picture spin quiz. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Scientists have proven that Father Christmas actually exists and he's a real person.
Yes, this is the news that the magic of Father Christmas has been scientifically explained using Einstein's theory of relativity. How do you think Father Christmas is able to visit all the homes he needs to in one single day?
Well, subcontracts.
According to Dr. Sheen, he needs to travel at 6.2 million miles an hour. Why don't we hear Father Christmas approaching, though?
Because there's a delay, because he's going so much faster than the speed of sound. So you only hear him a year later.
That would still be Christmas Eve, wouldn't it?
Well, apparently, thanks to the Doppler effect, as Santa and his sleigh approach, the sound of bells and his deep ho-ho-ho would get higher and higher in pitch and then completely silent as his voice moves beyond human hearing range. Does travelling at such speed have any other effect on Santa?
Yes, it makes him become a Jehovah's Witness.
He goes from red to green.
Due to the Doppler effect, Father Christmas would also appear to change colour from red to green.
It's all to do with the speed of approach. I've tried it with traffic lights and it doesn't work.
In other Christmas news, why are snowmen under threat in America?
I don't get it. They should be all right. They're white.
Well, apparently it's because there's a snowman killer on the loose. Jeff Diggs has installed a 20-foot inflatable snowman in his front garden, but someone clearly wasn't a fan, so drove up in the night and stabbed him. Ooh.
Why was that recorded on the 12th of April? I got to think this whole thing is a bit of a practical joke. There's no snowman on the 12th of April.
And if there was, you're well within your rights to stab it in the middle.
Exactly. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yes, this is a con, isn't it? Because Jeff Diggs, the snowman's owner, has started a GoFundMe page
Has he?
to cover Frosty's repair bill.
Has he?
Although there are accusations it's nothing more than a slush fund.
That's why I strangled my neighbour's rabbit in September. I said it's not Easter. What are you playing at?
Time now for the odd one out round. John Simpson, Barack Obama, the 17th Earl of Oxford, Edward de Vere, and Beryl Bainbridge.
Ah, Edward de Vere is the only one that's worn Nicky Morgan's handbag as a hat.
Is it Shakespeare? Is it acting?
It's not to do with Shakespeare.
It's not to do with Shakespeare at all?
No, it's a question of red faces.
Red faces. Embarrassment.
Yes, very much so.
Tell us.
Well, they've all embarrassed themselves in front of Queen Elizabeth II.
Except him.
Except who?
De Vere embarrassed himself in front of Queen Elizabeth I.
No, that's not right, because she wasn't known as Elizabeth I then.
You're quite right.
How did Edward de Vere embarrass himself in front of the Queen Elizabeth?
Your Majesty, I have presented you with leggings constructed from behind of a cow.
Well, no, a 17th century writer, John Aubrey,
Yes.
recalled that when the Earl went to bow before his monarch, the Earl of Oxford, making of his low obeisance to Queen Elizabeth, let out a fart. According to Aubrey, he was so abashed and ashamed that he went to travel for 7 years. When he returned after...
I know this one, yeah, it's good.
You know this one, yeah. When he returned after 7 years of shame, what did the Queen do?
She said, oh, how good to see you again. We have quite forgotten about the fart.
Yes. Hold mine finger.
How did the BBC's John Simpson embarrass himself in front of Queen Elizabeth in the 70s?
Do the same as the other fella.
Well, he let rip, but a different way.
Ripped his trousers.
Aha! Revealing.
Cilla Black.
Surprise, surprise! I don't know, tickled me.
Still a black tickled you?
In a recent interview in The Guardian, John Simpson recounted a meeting with the Queen at an agricultural show in Zambia in 1979. We were late and had to climb over a barbed wire fence which ripped my trousers off, revealing my bright blue underpants. John saw the Queen 2 days later. She said, I've been seeing a lot of you lately.
Cracking sense of
You get her on the show.
She's been asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
We asked tonight.
Another 200 quid, we could have got her.
Award-winning author Dame Beryl Bainbridge embarrassed herself in front of the Queen at a 2002 party. Beryl was chatting to another guest and moaned about what a rubbish time she was having, saying, isn't this a boring party? Then she was hastily ushered away and heard to say, was that the Queen? I thought it was Vera Lynn. Barack Obama began proposing a toast to the Queen when the orchestra accidentally started playing the national anthem, believing he had given them a cue, which left Obama talking over it, which is absolute no-no, of course. Let's have a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand with me and raise your glasses as I propose a toast. To Her Majesty, the Queen, to the vitality of the special relationship between our peoples, and, in the words of Shakespeare, to this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, to the Queen.
It's actually a
that's the
really good voiceover speech, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
quite rousing.
It's the British at their most powerful. Nobody said a word.
They have all embarrassed themselves in front of Queen Elizabeth II, apart from Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford, who embarrassed himself by breaking wind in front of Queen Elizabeth I. Next year, history is likely to repeat itself when, during a state visit, there will be an even more unsavoury Trump in front of a Queen Elizabeth. According to one historical authority, de Vere was among the first to compose poetry at the Elizabethan court. Amongst his finest work is the couplet, "He who smelt it, dealt it." Time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication, Bacon Today. You can find it on the shelves next to Heart Attack Tomorrow. And we start with, what used to be made from cornflakes?
Barry Manilow.
Cilla Black.
It's movie snow.
Good fact.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd use Frosties.
Next, you can tell someone's a bacon addict if what?
They're willing to forgive him for those awful mobile phone adverts.
You can tell someone's a bacon addict if they're wearing a bacon suit. Luckily, bacon addiction is one that can be cured. The real problem...
You're going to be very disappointed with your Christmas cracker joke.
Next, on your next anniversary or any other special occasion, don't get your sweetheart the traditional bouquet of red roses. Get them what?
Pissed.
A large slab of bacon. Shove it through their letterbox. Here you are, love dead pig. Is it right?
I don't know, I can't find it. I've lost it. What was that last one? I got it.
You got it, great.
I'm back in order.
Glad to hear you.
Whew.
Yeah.
Get them.
Bacon flowers.
Bacon roses!
Bacon roses.
Bacon
Oh, I see.
roses. Smells nice. Next year's big thing is expected to be...
Host on Have I Got News for You that knows what they're doing. Is expected to be...
Next year's big thing is expected to be any vegetables as long as they are purple. And finally, Leslie Hazeldine's washing machine does a cracking impression of what?
What noise does a washing machine make, though?
Bruce Forsyth. That's a spin one.
Very fast cycle, that one.
Leslie Hazeldine's washing machine does a cracking impression of Danny Dyer. Leslie thinks it's saying, come on then, in a Cockney accent. Shall we have a listen?
Yeah, let's... I want to hear this.
Here we go. Come on then.
Yeah, it's good.
Come on then.
Definitely.
Come on then. Come on then.
Yeah.
The machine has 3 cycles for delicates, woolens and dot cottons. So the final scores are Handbag and Paul 5, Ian and John 5. It's a tie.
That
On which note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Jon Richardson, Paul Merton and Handbag. And I leave you with news that the creative team behind Tinder introduced Sniffer, a new dating website for dogs. In Washington, as President and Mrs. Obama share a warm and tender embrace, one embarrassed bystander doesn't know where to look. And after being told to gather promptly at 8 o'clock, staff at the Foreign Office Christmas party begin to wonder where Boris has got to. Good night.
Good evening and welcome to Have I Got News for You. I'm staying alert. I'm Joe Brand, although I am also staying alert. Are you alert, Ian?
I'm incredibly alert. I thought he said staying alive, which was sort of a Bee Gees reference that I'm taking very, very seriously.
Last week on the show, we had this sculpture of Chris Whitty by Penny Lally. Would you like to guess which public figure she sculpted this week?
I can't imagine, since you're asking me the question.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh, wow.
Yes, now that is good. And just a touch flattering.
Let's hope you never turn that colour.
I think it looks like you've just remembered you've got something really fantastic in the fridge for later.
If only that were true.
Now, in what historians will call week 8 of the first lockdown, Paul, how are you doing?
I'm keeping my focus going by going for walks, and my mental health is absolutely fine. Sorry, I should have warned everybody I was going to do that. Why has Sculptor just done a head of Ian? Why hasn't she picked other people in the public eye?
Maybe she didn't have much clay left and Ian's got the smallest head.
How dare you?
Now, on Ian's team tonight is political columnist Katie Balls, who was due to get married on the 2nd of May. So apart from having to cancel your wedding and then end up being here instead of the Seychelles, how are you, Katie?
Great. To be honest, Joe, I think even in my worst nightmare, I hadn't imagined that the Friday night of my honeymoon would be broadcast on the BBC.
And on Paul's team is stand-up comedian Ivo Graham. Now, Ivo, you have quite a lot in common with Boris Johnson. You went to Eton and Oxford, and you recently had a child. And to be honest, I wouldn't trust you to lead us out of a global pandemic either. Unless you've got any suggestions, have you?
No, I think the last thing anyone wants is another Eton Chancellor weighing in with their suggestions.
OK, as we move on, as criticism
Joe, when did she actually start sculpting this head? Do you know?
Oh,
He's really upset now. I can hear it in the tone.
do you want a sculpture of your own head, Paul?
Yes.
Now, in the news this week, as criticism of the government deepens, Health Secretary Matt Hancock refuses to do an interview unless he's given a very large vodka.
Hello, everybody. Very good.
Blimey, how desperate was he for a drink?
I know how he feels. I've got to drink a large vodka to listen to him talking.
And with an increasing number of TV shows being made from home, the new Spanish host of Saturday Kitchen gets off to an inauspicious start.
Tiene que tener la harinita y todo. Ustedes ponen el pancito acá y cogen el islero y le tienen que hacer presión, ¿ya?
I spent that whole video trying to predict how that was going to go wrong, and you just didn't see that.
No, that was brilliant. Let's get on with the show. And we start with the biggest stories of the week. Ian and Katie, take a look at this.
That's the Prime Minister trying to work out where he is. Quick vodka, that might help. Oh, love 15, or is it 30? Who's counting?
And we can go to garden centres if you live in England.
And the magic money tree, he's found it. So he's giving it to everyone, including building workers. It's the most peculiar week. I mean, someone obviously briefed all the press and all the media at the beginning of the week saying, we're opening up, lockdown's easing, pubs open, schools, it's great, we're all back to work. And then by the end of the week, Boris is on Sunday night and says, no, none of that's happening at all. And then poor old Chancellor, he's told, the furloughing is going to end soon. And then he comes on and says, no, it isn't. So obviously the government can't even agree amongst themselves what's happening. And Boris turned out and he couldn't even fill 15 minutes of prime time. I mean, it was literally just waffling to the end. And people said it's a very mixed message. And I thought it was absolutely clear. I don't know what I'm doing. No lack of clarity there.
I don't think you've had what we could call a smooth rollout this week from the government. We had this... It's pretty simple, really, Ian. Ultimately, if we get to the advice now, you can meet your parents in a park one by one if they sit in a car and take it in turns, perhaps. Or you can pay them money to come and clean your house. Or you could put your house on the market and then you can see if your parents want to buy your house, in which case they could visit it.
Providing we can buy houses, I think everything's fine, isn't it? That's what I got.
Dominic Raab said that you could play tennis as long as you didn't hang around in the clubhouse afterwards. And he also said that window cleaners would be able to go back to work as long as they only did the outside of the windows. So you're getting an incredibly piecemeal approach to everyone's working lives from Dominic Raab on his sort of manic media Monday.
I believe one of the things you are allowed to do is pose for sculpture in your own home. I think that's been opened up now. You can do that.
I love how much it hurts.
Bitterly.
Having hyped up the Sun to say pubs are going to open, everything's going to be back, it turned into the most middle-class easing ever. Tennis is all right, golf, fishing, nannies are back, and your cleaner. Does that cover everything? Probably not for most of the population.
Of course, he also changed the slogan from stay home, protect the NHS, save lives, to stay alert, control the virus, save lives.
Stay alert? I mean, that's a terrorist threat. I mean, alert to what?
You can't actually control the virus, can you? That's a meaningless thing. The virus can't be controlled.
No, it's shown no signs of it so far.
Everyone was told to go back to work on Wednesday if they couldn't work from home, but to avoid using public transport if possible.
Slightly galling as well, I think, to be told to go back to work by Boris Johnson, who's had quite a laissez-faire approach to his own duties, you know, in the first few months of his prime ministerial career. If you run back over it, it's been election, party, Christmas, holiday, get Brexit done, holiday.
intensive care?
Oh, yeah, well, of course, there was sick leave and there was paternity leave, and now he's popped up again to announce staying alert, and then it's presumably resign, holiday, strictly memoirs, which is a lovely way to see it all out.
A lot of people expected lockdown to be relaxed even more. Why?
It was in the papers.
It was because the press told them it would be relaxed.
And broadcasters.
Yes.
Don't let them off. It was the entire media said the same thing, presumably because they'd been told this. I mean, I'm not saying it was Dominic Cummings, because I have no proof of that.
But was it, Ian? Was it?
I think it would be wrong at this point to speculate. I think we've just got to flatten him.
I think the problem is there's lots of people in government who would like it to be extended more. So we're getting quite divided briefing at the moment, because there's always one camp that wants it to go further than it actually is. And probably the Tory party as a whole and the cabinet would like the lockdown to be eased quite a lot more than Boris even has. They think it's quite tame.
So we're in the uncomfortable position of Boris being responsible. I hope that's not what you're saying.
What was the concession on Monday regarding socialising with other people?
Well, I've not really been paying much attention, to be honest. But is it something to do with you're allowed to meet other people providing they're modelling you in clay? Was it something like that?
If this bust isn't ready for next week, it will be a scandal.
Exactly. Working class people, represented in art forms. It'd be very good.
You're allowed to meet one member of another household. This, unfortunately, came just a few days too late for Randy Professor Neil Ferguson.
Is that his official title at Imperial, the Randy Professor?
I don't think it's official. I think he's just borrowed it from a vicar for a couple of weeks. What's going to happen at primary school?
At primary school, we are going to begin to get primary schools coming back potentially as early as June. But I think that's more the Prime Minister's hope than any trade unions or anyone in an opposition party. They say they need their own PPE and protective wear to go back into schools. And also there's then the small issue, which is apparently the children shouldn't socialise too much with each other. And teachers say that actually would be quite hard to police.
That's right. I think teachers think it's impossible to keep children 2 metres apart. Although I'm quite surprised. I mean, don't they actually learn about meters at school with that kind of clicky wheel thing that they've got? Anyway. Now, don't you remember going with the clicky wheel round the playground? I remember that, and I was born in 1432.
We don't have enough face masks, but do we have enough clicky wheels to open the schools again?
I think maybe not.
Well, I was taught in imperial measurements. It was all feet and yards and inches, and then as soon as I learned that, it all went metric. Up yours, thicko. That's the message I got.
I think that sounds like quite a harsh school you've got there, Paul.
Very harsh school. That was our school motto. Up yours, thicko. But it was in Latin. Up you thicko. We had it on our school cap, written backwards, so when we looked in the mirror, we could see it the right way round.
Do you think we could have "Up yours, thicko" inscribed on the sculpture of Paul that we've all jointly commissioned this episode?
Don't put that idea out there, because that's what's going to happen now, isn't it?
Across the forehead, Paul, as you yourself described.
Yeah, exactly.
Super vobis densorum. I can see it now.
You want to get some ointment for that?
So, according to the Times, the head of the National Education Union suggested spraying children with disinfectant as they arrive at the school gates. Head teachers are insisting that they need to see the science that explains why children can't pass the virus on. Paul, what have the government pledged to do with the scientific advice?
Ignore it.
Well, no, rather unexpectedly, they've pledged to publish it all in the spirit of openness and transparency, and started this week with this document.
If you take that down to a supermarket, you get a packet of fish fingers for nothing.
Well, the bits that are missing allegedly cover scientists who were critical of some of the government's thinking. And Ian, how are rail commuters going to cope with train travel?
With difficulty, I think. They keep disagreeing over whether you should put on more trains so that people will be more spread out, or cut the number of trains, which seems to be what they're doing, to discourage people from going at all. So I can't quite work out what you're meant to do.
You're going to have to book a time slot to get on the train through a smartphone app when you're not using your coronavirus app or your Tesco's home delivery app or your Weatherstones app. Weatherspoons, not Weatherstones. What is Weatherstones? Is it anything?
Oh, it's great. It's a pub with a library in it.
Yeah, that's right. That's Waterstones and Weatherstones. What a great idea. This is the news that Boris Johnson has announced a roadmap out of lockdown. Actually, looking at the map, Boris, I think we took a wrong turn about 3 months ago. The new rules say you should go to work if you can't do your job from home, although it's still not clear what to do if you're Matt Hancock and you can't do your job wherever you are. So, Paul and Ivo, here's your question.
Yeah.
It's simply this: on or off? I'm going to list some events or activities, and I want you to tell me where on the scale they are, okay? So if you look at this, there we go, maybe, unlikely, off. And I'm going to start with you, Paul. Angling.
Angling, likely. Yeah, very likely. On.
Okay.
On.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, angling is on. It's on, at least in England.
Yeah.
Great news for all those anglers who've been sat at home all day doing nothing. What is also now permitted in England, as long as you absolutely do not touch your flagpole?
Golf.
Yes, golf does lend itself to social distancing. I mean, no one wants to be seen standing next to a man wearing a Pringle jumper. A man holding a tube of Pringles, well, very different matter. Although, according to the BBC, the traditional friendly four-ball is a thing of the past.
I thought a four-ball was what my cat, Colin, keeps getting. Just before he throws up on the floor. I've now been displaced. I got a load of letters last week that didn't say "Dear Sir" or "Dear Editor." They said "Dear Colin's owner."
Oh, no.
It's just tragic.
Oh.
Well, when the sculpture of Paul's head is there, Colin will be a thing of the past.
I bet you next week it'll be a sculpture of that bloody cat. I still won't have it. It'll be, here, look, it's Colin.
Katie, are you up for the next one? Football, on or off?
Probably on, but it has to meet some conditions first. So we might get football from June, and there are discussions underway. But I think there has to be a cultural change in terms of how footballers approach the game. And if you do a tackle, you've got to look to the side after to make it work.
Who's not happy about this? Do you know? He does work in the area of football. Ian, yeah, you don't work in the area of football, Ian. Come on.
Oh, little do you know, Joe.
Sorry, are you a referee at local level, Ian? Well, it's an England footballer, Danny Rose. Do we know who Danny Rose is? Yes, he thinks it's far too early to be thinking of bringing back football, saying it puts people's lives at risk. I don't give a fuck about the nation's morale. And Danny Rose thinks the same. OK, the Premier League's return is still in the balance. Some clubs have objected to playing matches in neutral grounds because of the sterile, lifeless atmosphere, as it would give Arsenal home advantage. The Dorset Knob Throwing Festival, on or off?
I think the Dorset Knob Throwing Festival is surely off. By all means, chuck your knob around in the privacy of your own home, but I don't think people are allowed to meet up and do it yet.
That is correct. So yes, the festival's off. Normally an annual event attracting about 8,000 people and involves obviously people hurling the traditional Dorset biscuit or knob as far as possible. Yeah, unfortunately, this year we won't be able to see any signs like this.
What is a knob cake?
There's a Dorset knob is a baked biscuit often eaten after being dipped in cider. Well, no one's eating properly during lockdown, are they? Paul, you're next. Milky tea, on or off?
Yeah, you can drink milky tea. Why would you not be able to drink milky tea?
Well, it's not so much would you be able to drink it or not, but it's you've got to drink much more. Why would that be?
Have we got a milk mountain?
Yes. The dairy industry has been totaled by closure of restaurants and cafes. According to the Grocer Trade magazine, the 12-week campaign will focus on driving the tea, coffee and milky drink usage occasions.
God.
Nothing I like more than a milky drink usage occasion.
Oh, well, let's go back to restaurant closures then. Why did police in Queensland think an illegal social gathering was going on in a Brisbane eatery, Ian?
And did someone have a household of 20 people and they were all out eating together?
Waxworks.
You're not far off there. The owner had made use of some mannequins that were being thrown away by the neighbouring hair salon, and he thought it'd make the restaurant look less empty and depressing if he did this.
Well, once again, you're showing me busts of people. Is this something just to wind me up or something? I mean... Oh, thanks. Oh, there's more of them. Thanks very much. What's this place called? The Decapitation Cafe?
Yeah, but the police must have been quite worried if they thought this was real.
Yeah.
Not just lockdown breaking.
This is literally £30 a head.
Right, time now for the odd one out round. Just one between you this week. So, fingers on buzzers. You have got buzzers, haven't you?
I've brought one of my daughter's toys, which makes this sound.
Paul, you've got a head off a cafe in Adelaide, I believe. Oh, no, it's a whole...
God, he's so desperate he's brought along his own sculpture.
Yeah, my own sculpture. My own sculpture will be doing an impression of Prince Charles.
Katie?
Yeah, I've got some non-branded painkillers, but if you shake them, they sound a bit like a maraca.
Well, by coincidence, I actually have maracas. Last week, I had some castanets, which I rather stupidly said were maracas, and I got a load of abuse from people who said, you are an idiot. You don't know the difference between a maraca and a castanet. So, just to say, sorry about the error. That's my buzzer.
That's lovely. OK, so your four are 87,000 British people, John Stumpy Pepys, Brian May and Charles Ingram.
My friend Barry Wilson is doing his impression of Prince Charles, but because it's non-verbal, you can't really hear him. This is gardening accidents.
Yes, Paul?
The drummer from the film Spinal Tap, which I saw again recently, stands up very well, excellent film. He died through a bizarre gardening accident in the film. And Brian May had a bizarre gardening accident as well, where he's hurt his bum. I didn't see any of the headlines on his bum accident, but I presume bohemian rupture or something.
I think Charles Ingram also had a gardening accident.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so 87,000 people didn't have a garden. Oh, no. The drummer's gardening accident was the only one that was fatal.
That is a correct answer. They've all been injured gardening, except for John Stumpy Pepys, who died, as you said, in a gardening accident. He was the original drummer in the fictional band, as you said, Paul Spinal Tap. Here are the rest of the group talking about his demise.
The first drummer was
the Beeper. John Stumpy Pepys.
Oh, yeah.
Great, tall, blonde geek with glasses.
Yeah. Good drummer.
Great look, good drummer.
Good drummer.
Fine.
What happened to him?
He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident some years back.
It's really one of those things. It was, the authorities said, best leave it unsolved, really.
What did Brian May do to himself in his garden?
Yeah, it was a very enthusiastic gardening accident where he tore his buttocks.
You're making this up.
He tweeted it during the week. I think it'll make its way into the papers soon.
Once again, Ian's failure to follow Brian May on Twitter costs him dear.
This is what Brian May said. I managed to rip my gluteus maximus to shreds in a moment of over-enthusiastic gardening. OK, last year, 87,000 Brits suffered gardening injuries. What were the most common?
I bet it's the slapstick thing of standing on a hoe and it coming up and hitting you in the face. A rake, I mean, not a hoe.
I thought originally you were quoting rap lyrics at us.
Paul Merton stands on a hoe.
No, let me tell you, it's repetitive strain and joint pain.
From bending to weed. I'm just adding some medical detail.
Thank you.
To balance out the rap lyrics.
Straight out of Compton Burnett.
I've set off my buzzer. I've enjoyed that so much.
How did quiz cheat Charles Ingram injure himself in the garden?
Didn't he cut off a couple of his toes or something?
Correct. He did. He cut off 3 of them.
Good grief.
Well, he actually said at the time, I remember seeing my big toe lying on the grass and thinking, oh dear. Right, they've all been injured gardening, except for John Stumpy Pepys, who died in a gardening accident. Here's Brian May. Details of the gardening accident are still sketchy, but I'm guessing his wife was cutting his hair with a strimmer. Brian May described how he injured his buttocks in a gardening accident. Well, he says it's a gardening accident. There could be a badger on heat out there that misread the signals. Time now for the missing words round, which this week features as its guest publication, International Piano. It's a good read, although you have to get someone else to turn the pages. And we start with, suspect hiding from police in bushes gives himself away by what?
Suspect hiding from police in bushes gives himself away by playing Rachmaninoff's first piano concerto on a twig.
Suspect hiding from police in bushes gives himself away by breaking wind. This week, a fugitive in Nottinghamshire was apprehended by police after breaking wind and giving away his location. I'm not sure what the man was accused of, but he denied it and was immediately charged with supplying it. Pianist Viv McLean has what hidden behind what?
Heart of gold hidden behind cold exterior.
Pianist Viv McLean has bear hidden behind back.
Pianist Viv McLean has fingers of steel hidden behind muscles of velvet.
Ooh. Oh.
This is about a CD of Chopin's Nocturne and Polonaise, and I'm not sure the government counts it as essential Chopin or non-essential Chopin. Next. Italian bear wanted by the authorities for what? Finally tracked down after 9 months on the run.
Highly illegal honey fraud business.
I know this is breaking picnic regulations. He went down to the woods and all his friends went with him. I think his name was Teddy. And finally they got him. Quite right too.
Italian bear wanted by the authorities for stealing honey and cow chasing, finally tracked down after 9 months on the run. This is a bear in northern Italy who's been terrorising locals. According to the Times, one of the attacks committed by the bear during his time on the run was violently shaking a caravan with 2 terrified shepherds in it. Well, it is frustrating when you've got some tin food but no tin opener, isn't it?
Shepherd's pie.
Mysterious what left outside Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop shop?
I think I know this. Mysterious excrement left outside Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop shop.
It's mysterious wheelbarrows of manure. People are asking why someone would tip out a wheelbarrow of manure onto the pavement outside Gwyneth Paltrow's shop. Because it was shut. And lastly, 9/11 was a bad time for what?
Piano competitions.
9/11. It's terribly difficult to do. Really tricky time.
Piano owners. And the final scores are Ian and Katie have 5 and Paul and Ivo have 5.
Oh!
Yes, what a lovely happy ending.
That's nice.
But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Open the churches.
Boris Johnson regrets setting up zip wire over nunnery.
Angry nuns shoot at heaven.
Hang glider suffers nun shot wounds.
Hey!
Nun rebellion. Not so superior now, mother.
Sisters are shooting it for themselves.
And on that note, we say thank you to our panellists, Ian Hislop and Katie Balls, Paul Merton and Ivo Graham. And I leave you with the news that as people find alternative ways to get back to work, one man thinks his new mode of transport doesn't have quite the same impact. At a military parade in Pyongyang, Western observers begin to realise they may have overestimated North Korea's nuclear capability. And in Essex, the winner of One Street's Marc Francois lookalike contest is just too close to call. Good night.
Good evening. Welcome to Have I Got News for You? I'm Tom Hollander. In the news this week, on a Labour team bonding weekend in the Lake District, Jeremy Corbyn and John McDonnell go paragliding. More extraordinary footage emerges on Planet Earth 2 when David Attenborough goes filming as the pubs close in Glasgow. And on holiday in San Francisco, Daniel Craig regrets telling his family, "I've been doing this for years, trust me, it's easy." On Paul's team tonight is the UKIP leadership candidate who said her aim was to get rid of the Labour Party. That's going terrifically well. What have you been doing? Please welcome Suzanne Evans. And with Ian tonight, a comedian who went to the same public school as George Osborne. He even used to steal his lunch money, £500 a day. Welcome Hal Cruttenden. And we start with one of the biggest stories of the week. Paul and Suzanne, take a look at this.
Yeah. Castro, known for rapidly ageing, there he's going, look, and also famous for his long, slow walk, and millions of Cubans, tribute to him, are also attempting the same slow walk.
And there's a little old guy having a dance, Havana a dance, even.
Yes.
Sorry, look, we should edit the groan out, otherwise it's going to make the programme sound like an autopsy.
Castro.
Yes.
Good dictator or bad dictator?
There's no such thing as a good dictator, surely. They're all bad.
He did replace Batista, who was a very, very bad dictator, who turned Cuba into an enormous brothel, run entirely by American mafiosi. So the start was quite good. Then there was the summary executions and the mass murders, and then it got less good. But, you know, everything goes off, doesn't it? All political parties start with good ideas, don't they, Suzanne? Give them a little power. Well, may not happen to you lot.
There were some gushing tributes to Castro. Who was the gushiest?
Jeremy Corbyn was pretty gushy. He said he was a champion of social justice.
He was a huge figure of modern history, national independence and 20th century socialism. He will be remembered both as an internationalist and a champion of social justice for all his flaws. Jeremy's phrase, "for all his flaws," didn't go unnoticed on social media. For all his flaws, he was great with Semtex. For all his flaws, his young apprentice scheme was unrivaled across the galaxy, a larger-than-life leader. For all his flaws, he was absolutely committed to ensuring healthcare was free at the point of delivery. For all Jeremy's flaws, what is he particularly skilled at?
Is he a beekeeper?
Jeremy Corbyn is particularly skilled at making an exit. Here he is, delicately extricating himself from an interview on the NHS.
Thanks, Jeremy. I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone here and across the country for making calls tonight, and to all those who will be attending an event on our national campaign day on Sunday.
That's marvellous, isn't it?
It would have been an amusing moment if he kept going back and then you just heard a cry and you sort of fluttering curtains.
Or Tony Blair then edges into shots.
How did President-elect Donald Trump react to Castro's death?
Did he say he was a divisive character who embroiled himself in US politics?
Divisive has got a lot of syllables in it. He said... he presidentially tweeted, "Fidel Castro is dead!" exclamation mark.
But he put that up, and then there was a pause, and then he put a whole explanation as to why he hated him. But I reckon that pause was him being told who Fidel Castro is.
Castro's burial is being held this weekend. Which heads of state will be attending?
Mugabe and Zuma, and then whoever's in charge of Bolivia.
I think it's the big dictator's piss-up.
Yeah.
They're all going to go along and say, this is how you run a country.
Yes.
Certainly how I run one.
But Putin is not going, is he? Even though he's a fan.
I don't know, it's not here.
Oh, sorry. Am I right on this?
I've no idea.
He's not going, but Putin... I thought you were well up on...
No.
Sorry. Are you not Ian Hislop?
No.
OK.
This man has won a competition to be here tonight.
Who is Britain sending as a mark of respect?
Joe Pasquale.
Alan Duncan.
Alan Duncan?
Yeah.
Sir Alan Duncan.
What's his actual position, Alan
There
Duncan?
he is.
Alan Duncan, he's keeper of the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little unfair because he doesn't normally wear glasses.
Who are you sending?
Oh, we're not sending anyone.
No.
Well, not as far as I'm aware.
Right. Would you be aware if...
It's said that the CIA made 638 attempts to kill Castro. So, let's play a game of assassination attempt, true or false.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll name an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
You buzz in to say if it's true or false.
Well, how can we buzz true or false?
You buzz if you think you know the answer, and then you say whether you think it's true or false.
OK, yeah, that's good. That'll work.
Poisoned shoe polish, true or false?
True.
Yes.
But I buzzed.
That's where the system breaks down.
Yeah. Shoe polish laced with thallium sulfate was supposed to make his hair and beard fall out, leading to a loss of popularity among the people, which they believed was due to his hairiness, and would then depose him.
Unless he had access to a wig.
This is the next assassination attempt. The CIA persuaded Castro's friend to hit him over the head with a big book.
No. False.
Yes, correct.
Absolutely false.
OK, next one. We can do better.
Go on, then.
Shrinking spectacles that would gradually tighten their grip around Castro's head until his eyes popped out. You've buzzed, have you?
True. It's false.
No,
It's false.
Next one. Toilet paper that would catch fire from the friction when wiped against human skin.
That's one of my worst nightmares, that.
You want to change brands.
Paul, is it true or false?
Definitely false.
Yes. Next. LSD.
True. Definitely.
Yes. Would you like to explain?
He was going to do a broadcast, and they gave it to him before he... Or they were going to try and give it to him before he did a broadcast, and then he'd go on and broadcast to go, my people of Cuba. Oh, the
yes, again,
colours
you
are
know
lovely.
all the answers.
Oh, my beard's so fluffy. And it would destroy his reputation.
The CIA planned to pump a gaseous form of LSD into the radio studio where Castro made his broadcasts to the nation. His listeners would think he'd gone mad. They would then storm the radio studio and kill him. And finally, poisoned wetsuit.
True.
Yes.
They lined his suit with something because he liked scuba diving. That was his thing, cigars and suits. And they also put something in the shell. Didn't they put a fake bomb in a shell at the bottom of the sea or something?
They did.
He was going to go down to and... Yeah, I said,
And they painted
Sounds
it
like a
pretty
bad
colours.
episode of
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
There's no such thing.
Yeah. It doesn't say much for the CIA, does it? Nil success rate.
Tried to trip him up but ran away because I got frightened.
US lawyer James Donovan, Tom Hanks in Bridge of Spies, was supposed to give scuba diving enthusiast Castro the wetsuit impregnated with tuberculosis bacteria as a gift when he went to negotiate release of US prisoners after the Bay of Pigs disaster. Donovan refused to take it as he'd already given Castro a gift of a perfectly safe, poison-free wetsuit. Isn't that ridiculous?
Should have sent round a badger.
This is the news that the CIA finally got their man with the success of Operation Old Age. To mark Castro's death, Cuba has declared 9 days of national mourning, which will bring the economy to a complete standstill. Well, it's what he would have wanted. Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson will not be attending the funeral of Fidel Castro, the notorious womanising rebel who led his tiny island into one of the most disastrous chapters of its history will stay at home in London. Ian and Hal, Take a look at this.
No, it's the Mad Hatters.
They're not fruitcakes at all.
UKIP, that's the new leader, and the one next to him. No, I don't want the job. No. Not me, no.
And on the
oh, look, and it's the youth wing. This is the big news. They had an election, and you were up for this, weren't you? And anyway, this man, Paul Nuttall, has won, because he has to, you know, it's done by name in UKIP. Man has a fight, he's called Hookham.
Do you know he is now Mike Hookham, Fisheries Secretary? He always has to do a job or something that's could do with his name. Hookham.
Paul Nuttall won the contest with an impressive 62.6% of the 5,370 votes cast. But who was a close second with 19.3%? Suzanne Evans.
You see, this is impressive. Metropolitan Liberal London audience clapping UKIP election results.
She's a loser, though. That's why we're clapping.
Not that you are a loser.
You're not, but it's a good thing.
Do you feel badly about it?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
At least you beat
Not
the man
at all.
who said a gay donkey raped his horse.
I
By 200 votes. Impressive.
Look, you can mock when you stand for election. You can mock then.
Safe
There
to
you
say I
go.
won't be doing that.
But you've got a job, haven't you?
I have. I got my old job back.
Which is, what is it again?
Deputy chairman.
Deputy, and what's that going to involve?
I think it's going to involve... I wrote the manifesto in 2015, and I expect I'll be writing it again in 2020.
Will it change at all?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Because last time you got one MP.
It's going to have to change, because the Tories have nicked all our policies, so we haven't got many left from the 2015 general election manifesto.
So you're going for Labour now?
Absolutely. We're going for everybody, but particularly Labour. Yeah, I've always said UKIP has got most chance among the working classes that the Labour Party has completely forgot, who don't recognise the Labour Party anymore.
But have you seen Labour's standing in the polls? It's not a very big ambition to beat them, is it?
And have you got any money?
At UKIP, or
Yeah.
me personally?
I wasn't going to borrow some, but...
We have some money, and I'm sure now Paul Nuttall is the leader, we will have a lot more money from a lot more people who warm to UKIP because we've got a different man at the top.
Oh, you said that so convincingly.
Well, I am convinced. He's a good man, Paul. Very good man.
He looks quite scary, doesn't he, if you're honest?
Well, you say that, you know, he got into a bit of trouble because somebody kept changing his Wikipedia page to say that he used to be Bungle in Rainbow.
Still no denial from Paul on whether he was in the Muppets, though. What do we know about Paul Nuttall?
He's a lovely man, despite
He's
appearances.
done just about every other job in the party, apart from leader. So he's done his apprenticeship, and now he's got the top job. Congratulations, Paul.
Yes.
You're trying so hard to be nice about it. I'd like that. So,
nice
congratulations,
She's
it's
been,
absolutely
she's
fine.
been gracious.
Fine.
What do you want her to do? Go around and deck him? That's the old
She's been
UKIP.
gracious. Gracious in defeat. He's got some strong opinions on abortion, the death penalty, climate change, the burqa and gay people. And he once tweeted, Fast and Furious 7 is shit. Nowhere near as many cars as usual. Don't bother. What are Nuttall's plans?
To hold the government to a hard Brexit. And
Yes,
if
that's
Mrs
what
May
Nuttall
at
says.
any point goes soft, Nuttall will be there.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
the motto. Don't go soft,
Yes.
Nuttall's watching.
We definitely want a hard Brexit. It's got to be hard to be good. Everybody knows that.
This is pornographic.
Any offers of panto this year?
How did the Associated Press report this story? They tweeted, Britain's populist anti-EU party picks new leader to replace Trump ally Neil Farage. So can we all just agree to call him Neil from now on? Within just half an hour of the result, Ladbrokes had named a few favourites to be the next leader.
Oh, had they?
With Farage out of the picture, who do you think they went for?
I don't know. It probably wasn't me, was it?
Ladbrokes announced Nigel Farage.
I thought you said he was out of the picture.
is
Okay, I
3 to
wasn't
1
including him.
favourite to be the next leader of UKIP.
Okay.
Suze, sorry, again, I take no pleasure in any of this. Just want you to know. Of course, there are the shockingly high EU immigration figures that have just come out.
Yeah, record EU immigration figures today.
They're all coming over! Oh, there might be some in here, Suzanne! Take cover under the desk! Oh, my God! Strange accents and everything!
You see, this is the fundamental misunderstanding about UKIP. We're not anti-immigration at all. We just want to control. It's true. It's true.
You see, that's the problem with the message. It hasn't really got across.
No.
It does say something that the Prime Minister, who promised to cut immigration down in the Home Office, has not managed to do it at all.
No, she
It's
hasn't.
increased.
And actually, it's quite interesting because the Prime Minister is being much more hard-line on EU immigration than UKIP is.
Well, that's politics now, isn't it?
Interestingly, lots of people are trying to get in, and this is why the figures have spiked, before the Brexit shutters come down. So that's your fault, Suzanne. This is UKIP's latest leadership election. Paul Nuttall won 62% of the vote in the ballot of UKIP grassroots members, though a series of late-night tweets almost swung it for Eric Bristow. Paul Nuttall is targeting Labour seats, and at the moment he does have an advantage over Jeremy Corbyn. The only way Nuttall could split his parliamentary party is by sawing Douglas Carswell in half. Paul Nuttall accuses Labour of having lost touch and only caring about issues at Islington dinner parties, such as, has anyone seen Diane and Jeremy? They've been doing the washing up for ages. So, at the end of that round, 4 points each. Yeah. And so, to round 2, the strengthometer of news. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
It's the shock news that no one in government has worked out that if you walk into a meeting like this, someone will put a camera on it.
There's apparently a sign on the inside of the doors that says, don't display your notes on the outside. It does, apparently. Please flush after using the toilet. All basic things that political aides need to know.
Yes, the handwritten memo was photographed in Downing Street. It was being carried by a Tory party aide as she and her boss left a meeting with the Brexit big beast, David Davis. The gist of it seems to be have cake and eat it.
Because that's the... You'd expect something more detailed and more kind of complex from a big meeting, wouldn't you? Rather than just have our cake and eat it. It'd be like the next thing, you know, we're going to look before we leave. You know, it's just sayings, isn't it? There's nothing...
It is. Stitch in time saves 9.
You know what's going to spoil this broth? Too many cooks.
Yeah. One of the other notes on the document read, headlines won't change from now until March, failing to predict the one reading, idiot displays secret meeting notes. The French have their own version of having your cake and eating it. Can anyone tell me what that is?
Marie Antoinette.
Is it having your snails and then beating them in a race?
They're saying that Britain wants to have le beurre et l'argent du beurre, the butter and the money to buy it. According to the Mail, other indignant froggies say ils veulent le beurre, l'argent du beurre et la crémière. Apparently, we want the dairy as well. The lady carrying the Brexit notes is aide to Tory Vice Chairman Mark Field. What do we know about him?
He once had an affair with Liz Truss.
Yes.
Oh, there was I going to say he was the MP for the City of Westminster.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes, he had an extramarital affair with the also-married Lord Chancellor Liz Truss. I don't know what you think, but I think...
That is a disgrace.
How did Boris Johnson stumble off message again this week?
In Cabinet, apparently, he blurted out that he was in favour of freedom of movement and that he was in favour of an amnesty for all the illegal immigrants who are actually here. Something he'd said before when he was Mayor of London. But then he unsaid it when he decided he would support Brexit, and then he obviously forgot when he was in Cabinet that he'd unsaid it, so he said it, and now he's unsaid it.
Boris Johnson believes in freedom of movement, and David Davis said the UK might pay for access to the EU single market. Do you feel betrayed, Suzanne?
I tell you what, I'm having that cake. I want the cherry on the top too, but I ain't paying for it.
You're going to steal it?
The thing is, though, they're not going to give it to us, are they?
Well, you don't need to be... I mean, you know, every country in the world has access to the single market, but you don't need to pay for it.
But there's 27 of them all saying, yes, you do, unless there's free movement, isn't
There's
it?
27 of them who are totally reliant upon us for their trade and for their jobs.
Yeah, and we don't need them at all.
They might be a bit reliant, but totally is... I mean, that's up there with
Did I
the
say
350... I'm afraid you did say totally.
Shall I rephrase that then?
Yeah, how about a bit? In a good month.
There are 27 countries out there who are heavily reliant upon us for their trade.
We've gone from totally to heavily. How about
heavily.
not very?
No, they are very much so. You know, something like, they need us far more than we need them.
But we sort of need each other, don't we?
Can you imagine if Angela Merkel says, no, unless you have free movement, unless you pay, you know, Mercedes, Audi are not going to be exporting to Britain? Come on, it's not going to happen, is it? German car manufacturers aren't going to put up with that. Spanish carver producers aren't going to put up with that. French baguette producers aren't going to put up with that.
Are there any other stereotypes?
It feels like British people on tour talking to foreigners in that way, of going, what we want, you know, we don't want free movement, but we want access to the single market. They go, you cannot have that. And we're going, you don't understand. We want... What is it? It's just...
So, yes, this is the revelation that the government does have a clear plan for Brexit. Theresa May was interviewed at the weekend wearing this stylish outfit. To be fair, the way Brexit's going, we could all do with a pair of brown, wipe-clean trousers. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
We haven't heard the end of this election.
Yes.
Apparently it was rigged, and Donald Trump, having said it was rigged all along, now it is. He said, why are we recounting it?
This is the news that some whinging Liberals in America are refusing to accept the election result and demanding recounts. What is Trump calling these people?
Bastards.
He said they were crybabies and losers, and that their mums stink. What does Donald Trump say to those who claim that Hillary Clinton won the popular vote?
He says that even though she won the popular vote, it was because it was all stolen votes or whatever. Or
Yes.
He said they were criminal votes.
Criminal votes.
Yes.
He's got no evidence for this. He just tweets it.
He says, I actually
This is what
won...
he does. He just puts stuff out there that isn't true.
Why don't they give him a machine that isn't connected to the outside world? So he can just do this stuff and, you know, we don't need to hear about it in great detail.
Fun, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's fun, is it?
What details emerged about Donald Trump's mobile phone recently?
It's being operated by an idiot.
They took it away from him at one point, his campaign team.
Couldn't be trusted.
But they've given it back to him, and he's now tweeting late at night. A bit like Rupert Murdoch. You've got to watch these old blokes late at night, alone, tweeting.
There's something about lack of sleep, isn't there?
Yes.
He sleeps, you know, it's very, very right-wing people.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep very much. Hitler didn't sleep very much. Thatcher didn't sleep very much. And...
Stalin.
Trump doesn't. Did Stalin not sleep very much? I mean, he was
Castro.
left or right? Did he go roughly? Yeah.
Just chucking it in for balance.
Yeah. How much do you sleep, Suzanne?
A lot.
OK.
There's still no sign of Trump appointing his Secretary of State who will represent the United States abroad, but who is the front runner?
Is it death?
Mitt Romney?
Yes.
Same thing.
Who, let's not forget, said earlier this year, Donald Trump tells us that he is very, very smart. When it comes to foreign policy, he is very, very not smart. They had another meeting over dinner this week. Here they are.
It's a mix-up on Grindr, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mitt Romney looks like he's eating something sophisticated, and Trump's got a big bowl and a big spoon. Well, nothing too difficult. Look.
His hair dye's leaked into the curtains.
Trump had a proper man's sirloin steak with carrots and potatoes, while Romney had lamb cutlet with mushroom bolognese. What is he? Some kind of Nancy boy. One thing we have to be grateful for to Donald Trump is for his family. Did you see how his daughter Ivanka invited ridicule this week?
No, I missed that. What did she do?
Her 2009 book resurfaced in which she talks about her childhood as a Trump, including the heartwarming story of how she and her brothers tried to run a lemonade stand. Unfortunately for Ivanka, she lived in such a rich area that no one was ever seen on the street, and so no one bought her lemonade. So what did she do? She said, "We used our wily charms and persuasive marketing skills to get our bodyguard, driver and some of the household staff to dig deep for their spare change. They bought enough lemonades to cover our expenses." According to the Mail, Donald Trump's new Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, worked in film, investing in Suicide Squad and Avatar. He's also going to have a hand in next year's remake of Armageddon, which unfortunately isn't a film. Fingers on buzzers, teams.
Well, I don't know what this is, but the words there, analysis innocent, it suggests that there's some sort of computer program that's been invented that can look at people's eyes and their facial expressions and determine whether they're guilty or innocent of whatever crime has been dreamt up that particular day back at the office.
Yes, that's very good. This is the news that scientists in China have created a controversial new computer program they claim can identify a criminal just by looking at their face.
So what are the things that they're looking for?
Yes, what physical features do criminals supposedly have?
Their eyes are not so perfectly portioned. I don't know. I mean,
Wait, is this guy innocent or guilty? I think
it says innocent there in big letters.
He's innocent.
Scientists from the Shanghai Jiao Tong University found that criminals have upper lips which curve around 23% more, and their eyes are closer together. How did the Daily Mail celebrate this new technology?
Suggesting that only 100% of people should be locked up immediately.
They actually came up with a fun game to see how good readers were at guessing a wrong 'un by their face. Should we try a few?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. OK, here's the first one. So, according to the Mail, one of these women was a 1930s Hollywood star married to Clark Gable, while the other was a sadistic SS Auschwitz-Birkenau guard choosing who to send to the death chambers.
It is obvious, because the one who's, you know, the pretty one is obviously innocent.
Yeah. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Philanthropist or fraud? One picture is one of the first criminal mugshots ever taken in Britain, while the other chap gave away millions to education and health projects. Which is the wrong one?
The one on the left's a drawing, isn't it?
No, I think they are both photos, aren't they?
Oh.
The one on the right's a vicar.
Yeah.
But is he, though?
I was going to say, it must be him.
Do you think he's a bogus?
Kind of like
he's the prisoner, the one on the right.
Yeah.
He looks like Castro having halfway through shaving the beard off.
The wrong one is on the right. George Perry, con artist, and on the left, John D. Rockefeller, philanthropist and businessman. This is the computer software that claims it can tell a wrong 'un just by looking at their face. For instance, if a man has a moustache, they're probably supporting Movember, so you can tell they're a good person who gives to charity, but a bit of an arse. The computer program can't always give an answer. For instance, take a look at these two photos. One's an evil, murderous dictator. The other one's a heroic, enlightened fighter for social justice. So hard to tell, Ellie, my niece, with whom I had quite a big row about it. Here's the next one.
The son of Vivienne Westwood, isn't it? And Malcolm McLaren has, on the 40th anniversary of punk, has set fire to a large collection of stuff that was worth $1 million or so, saying that punk wasn't really about nostalgia, and he would rather that people weren't sort of like selling artefacts from all those years ago.
Yes, excellent. This is the news that the multi-millionaire son of Sex Pistols manager Malcolm McLaren has incinerated his collection of punk memorabilia on a boat on the Thames. But what reason did Joe Corre give for burning the £5 million worth of punk junk?
Punk's dead, and it shouldn't be sold out to capitalism.
Yes.
It shouldn't be monetised.
Yes. He says punk has become nothing more than a McDonald's brand owned by the state, establishment, corporations. Corre added that even the Queen supported the exhibitions, proving that punk has been privatised, packaged and castrated. This isn't the first time Joe Corre had gotten rid of the memorabilia. Why is that?
The 30th anniversary.
Well,
10 years ago.
He actually sold his collection of punk memorabilia in the early 90s so that he could fund his new business, the lingerie company Agent Provocateur. Upon selling the business years later for £60 million, he bought back most of his old possessions. What did Johnny Rotten think of Corre's protest?
Thought it was true to the spirit of punk as they had it in 1975.
He called him a selfish fucking lingerie expert. Not everyone was entirely convinced by the stunt. Tim Summer in The Observer agreed, saying, "I'm not sure there's even £1 million worth of punk memorabilia out there in the entire world." Adding, "Don't drop a glass at my party and tell me it's crystal-knacked underwear, boy." Which means at the end of this round, it's 6 points to Paul and Suzanne and 4 points to Ian and Hal. Now it's time for the odd one out round. Ian and Hal, here are yours. King Henry VIII, Bob Dylan, McDonald's and Star Trek.
Bob Dylan isn't going to turn up for his Nobel Literature Prize. William Shatner
isn't either. Is it poetry?
Who did Henry VIII have a beef with?
The Pope. They've all been praised by the Pope apart from Henry VIII.
Sort of the opposite, but
Oh, they've all been excommunicated.
All been criticised.
Except for Star Trek.
Yes.
The Pope liked Star Trek, particularly the first series, and Lieutenant Uhuru, who he's got a bit of a thing about.
What's this thing that he's got a bit of?
Yes, they've all been criticised in the Vatican, apart from Star Trek, which was praised for giving the world a model of peace.
Just looks like it's about to kiss an alien, doesn't it?
Although it may be an alien, it's got a neat little line in scarves.
So what was Ronald McDonald criticised for?
McDonald's have come under fire from cardinals because they want to open a new branch of the restaurant next to St Peter's Square. There are fears that if it goes ahead, it could pave the way for branches of Piazza Express. Pret a Manger. What beef have the Vatican had with Henry VIII recently?
He doesn't return their letters.
He hasn't done a lot recently.
Well, a Henry VIII love letter, which the Vatican owns, has risque content, and they have refused permission for a BBC documentary to film there. It was a reference to Anne's breasts. The full incriminating sentence read, "Wishing myself, specially an evening, in my sweetheart's arms, whose pretty duckies I trust shortly to kissy." To which Anne replied, "Learn to spell, you fat moron." Henry famously had 6 wives, immortalised in the school children's rhyme, dead, 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 dead. And the Vatican weren't impressed that Bob Dylan was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. Since it was announced that he'd won the prize, Bob Dylan has remained completely silent. So, in a way, we're all winners. Why was the Vatican newspaper so outraged by Dylan getting the prize?
He became a born-again Christian at one point, but I don't, that wouldn't irritate them. I don't know. Some drug references in songs, it must be.
The Vatican noticed that Dylan was talented, but stressed that he's just a songwriter. They also blamed Dylan for influencing generations of songwriters, many of whom are really boring. L'Osservatore Romano is the daily newspaper of the Vatican City. It can be delivered, but only from evil. Paul and Suzanne, your 4 are Ed Sheeran,
yes,
King Arthur, Prince Zelensky and Michael Heseltine.
Ed Sheeran, that's obviously he must be at Madame Tussauds there. Is his waxwork double anything to... Is that a clue to what might be going on?
I think it's to do with swords. Because Ed Sheeran got stabbed in the face by Princess Eugenie this week.
Or Beatrice, wasn't it?
Well, it was one of the two.
Do you know what she was doing?
She was pretending to knight James Blunt.
Exactly. She was pretending to knight James Blunt and then did that and got Ed Sheeran in the face.
It's an amazing story.
Yeah. They're not the brightest kids, are they, Beatrice and Eugenie?
At the party, hostess Princess Beatrice was pretending to knight pop star James Blunt. But when she lifted the sword up, she must have misjudged the weight or something and swung it back, striking Ed Sheeran just below his right eye. Ooh. The Sun provided a helpful mock-up.
I think that's the Royal Lodge. It's Prince Andrew's home, which is interesting. Look at the decor.
Yes. It's one of those places where you're related to most people in the paintings.
After the story was reported in the press, Princess Beatrice attracted widespread criticism for her actions. She had a sword in her hand and James Blunt on his knees. Why didn't you finish him off?
Because what was it Heseltine did? Sorry, what was the...
In the Parliament in the 1970s, before television, he sort of brandished the mace above his head in an act of...
Was it to stop a debate or something?
It was Heseltine brandished the parliamentary mace during a vote over nationalisation plans for the shipbuilding industry. The government reached a majority of 1, and Labour MPs stood up and began to sing the red flag. Out of anger, Heseltine jumped up and seized the mace from its rack beneath the Speaker's chair and waved it aggressively towards the Labour benches.
And that bloke, the Polish bloke, is he a duellist?
Prince Zelensky?
Yes.
He brandished a sword in 2015. Why?
In the European Parliament?
He was challenging Nigel Farage to a duel.
Was he really?
Yannick said that he'd had enough of Farage discriminating against immigrants. The most idiotic example I've heard has been Mr Farage blaming them for traffic jams on the M40. Obviously, everyone knows it's Brummies. Did Farage take Yannick up on his offer?
No. Probably not.
Of course not. No, he turned it down, explaining that UKIP members avoided fighting with anyone who wasn't a close personal colleague. So they've all brandished an antique weapon, apart from pop star Ed Sheeran, who was recently hurt with a ceremonial sword at a party. Princess Beatrice was trying to knight James Blunt when she accidentally cut Ed Sheeran's cheek. To be fair to Princess Beatrice, she was tired as she'd done a hard day's work 2 years earlier. Which means that at the end of this round, it's 6 points to both teams. So time now for the Missing Words round, which this week features as its guest publication the Herefordshire Beekeepers Association's buzzword. Worth buying for the page 3 honey. And we start with, unlike man, bees do not what?
Unlike men, bees do not walk around the house feeling the radiators, leaving the loo seat up, turning the thermostat down, telling you how to drive your car, mansplaining. Bees don't do any of that. Am I close?
No, it's too long for that. Well, you like judging distances, love. You see the gap there?
Unlike man, bees do not have a sense of their own mortality. I must apologise to any bees watching. That must have come as a nasty shock. Next, to really impress the family this Christmas, why not what?
Why not roast a bee?
Yeah. Introduce them to your secret family from Hull.
Drop dead.
What sort of funeral directors sort of advertise and campaign for Christmas? Yeah. We call it Boxing Day in our trade. In they go.
To really impress the family this Christmas, why not serve them bacon and banana trifle? This is according to Heston Blumenthal, who this week launched his new Waitrose Trying Too Hard range. Next, what lures a mate with 136 dance moves?
Is it honeybee?
It's
bumblebee.
Isn't it drone bee? The drone or something?
It's not a bee.
It's not a bee?
It is an animal.
Is it David Attenborough?
It's
a monkey of some sort.
It has feathers.
It's a snake.
Robin.
It's a snake. It's got feathers.
It's
a snake.
Feathery snake.
Well, you haven't been watching Planet Earth. There's some amazing snakes with feathers.
It's a flirty flamingo.
Oh.
According to the Daily Mail, flamingos systematically divorce each year. They're nature's version of Cheryl Cole, but with thicker legs. Next, UKIP voters are least likely to what?
To wear a burqa.
I'm afraid I have a horrible feeling I know this one, because I think I saw the survey and it was least likely to change their underpants.
Yeah, that's correct.
I thought, Suzanne, I thought you were going to know because it was UKIP voters are least likely to vote for Suzanne Evans.
No, I'm sure it's not true, though.
No, UKIP voters are least likely to, yes, change their underwear. This is from a YouGov poll, which also found that 1% of UKIP voters would wear a pair of pants more than 10 times before washing them.
No, I don't believe it.
Hang on, Sue.
They've made this up.
Back to front, inside out. Haven't done any exercise, so go around again. That's still only 4. Dirty bastards. And finally,
yes.
While the weather's nice and sunny, why not what?
Tickle a bee on the tummy, become amorous.
nice.
If the two of you are like-minded, make love in a meadow. Or up against the wall. Bees aren't particular, as long as they know their way home. But I think that's probably too long to fit in there. So, wander naked down the mall, shouting, how's this for a majority?
First one very close. While the weather's nice and sunny, why not photograph your honey?
Oh. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So the final scores, ladies and gentlemen, are Ian and Hal 6, Paul and Suzanne 8. But before we go, there's just time for the caption competition.
Is it a meeting of you, Kip?
Oh, very good.
See, there's only one of them.
See, I was thinking it was looking at a bus and going, 350 million of rubbish! Put that on there!
And I leave you with the news that Jeremy Corbyn realises he's accidentally bought a jumper that's only 70% Hessian. Donald Trump backs away from building a wall, but introduces a new test for would-be Mexican immigrants. And the Coldstream Guards realise it was a mistake to let Prince Harry have a night out before trooping the colour. Good night.